Great doubt often begins as confusion, sometimes great confusion. But the point of practice is to take that confusion and bring it all into one. That's why it's called a great doubt. Confusion tends, by its very nature, to go this way and then that way, and then maybe question itself, then maybe question the other, question what am I doing, why am I doing it? But with great doubt, through the practice, it comes to have a focus that confusion doesn't have. It comes to be one-pointed, and yet it's also great. In a sense, it comes to include everything, but not just as a mess of confusion, but rather, for example, what is it? Or who is this? Who is at the bottom of it? Who? This is not confusion so much as a pointing directly underfoot. Who is this one? One moment I'm proud, the next moment I'm ashamed. Who is that? So the confusion must become focused, and the practice leads us there. That's why they also speak of great faith or great trust. Not a blind belief, but based on experience, you come to be certain, sure of certain things. But doubt also remains, doesn't it? So, not confusion, but the doubt, I don't yet really know this from my own experience. Yeah, I've read stories, but I don't know it for myself. As they say in Zen, I don't know the water as hot or cold unless I drink it, unless I really drink it. So the confusion has to, become solidified in us, eventually, as us. Who is this? What is this? Yes, it can be answered in silence. It can be answered with a laugh. It could be answered with a shout, raising a stick. It could also be answered with words. Can this koan be finished? That's a good question. In one sense, yes, it must be. It must become clear beyond a shadow of a doubt. But if it's really finished, there's room to continue. There's room to continue. The further you go, the deeper it gets. If it's simply, it's done, I'm finished, you're not done. It's not finished. When it's really done, you get up and you do what needs to be done. It's the beginning, not the end of practice. It's the ego self, isn't it, that wants to be finished. I want to get it over and done with. Not just the ego parading a spiritual practice. When you really give yourself to the practice, you realize it's got to be made clear, but it's also endless in the sense that there are always things that need to be done. There are always people being born. There are always people in need. So in that sense, it should never be finished. May I rephrase your question, Katerina, as maybe, who is it that wants it to be finished? If it's taken wrongly, it can be something very artificial, something from the outside. Yeah, that should be avoided. Yeah, you have to become that doubt. It's not just a doubt about something, but it eventually comes to be, often it can be expressed as who. For example, who is behind it all? Or what is this? What is this? So that's the sense in which it comes to include all as one great doubt. But if you, artificially try to raise something, no, that's counterproductive. It has to come from out of here. It's not something you put in. It's something you have to let out. It's there. It's there. If we stop running. But this sense of bringing it all into one is essential. In the end, who does that, Thomas? And yet it remains, doesn't it? That faith. I prefer the word trust. It remains, doesn't it? It's there. But it's not complete, is it? It's not total. That's okay. That's okay. The trust that you have based on your own experience, stand there. Is it complete? Is it perfect? It doesn't matter. But you continue on. You continue on. And the trust or the faith and the doubt work together. Without, as you say, without the trust, you have no place to stand. So that is something good in a sense, but the other side of it is the doubt. You don't yet know for sure. You still have doubts. Okay, bring them all into one. And in a sense, it's that trust that allows you to do that. So they work together. They often say it's like a tripod or something, a three-legged bowl. Great trust or great faith, great doubt, and then there's great determination. If any one of those is lacking, it's like a pot with one leg, it just falls over. It's worthless. So trust, again, not just blind belief. I quit Christianity, now I believe in everything Buddhism says. No, test it for yourself. And then completely, the experience that you have, that's the basis. And from there, what is it that is not certain? What is it that you still have doubts about? Don't run away from it. On the contrary, dive right into it. What is the source of that doubt? What is the source of that doubt? That's why I asked you what I asked you before. Numberless beings set free. Endless delusion. Let go. Countless Dharma. See through. Peerless way. Manifest.